Okay. Hey everybody. This is Topcat's Lair or Lair, whatever. Um, just gonna see if this is working. Bear with me one sec. Boop-a-doo, boop-a-doo, boop-a-doo-ba-doo, boop-a-doo. Boop-a-doo-boo-boo, ba-doo-boo-boo. Boop-a-doo-ba-doo. Hey, we're live. Boop-a-doo, boop-a-doo, boop-a-doo-ba-doo, boop-a-doo. Boop-a-doo-boo-boo. Yep, and the sound's good. Alrighty, so, hey everybody. Boop. This is my desktop. So I wanted to just record a video that explains something that I found on one of my favorite games that doesn't run really well. First off, it's called Prince of Persia, and it's the 2008 version. It's an amazing game. It didn't sell well when it came out in its time in 2008, but it's just my ultimate Zen out game, and it just has a beautiful kind of flow to it that calms me down when I'm feeling sad or whatever. And yeah, like a lot of people say, underrated game. The PS3 version had added DLC, which expanded the story some, but because the game didn't sell well, they didn't port over the DLC onto the PC version, unfortunately, and we never got a sequel, which was also unfortunate. Now, the PC version isn't perfect. It has some niggly-naggly things to it, which I've just found out something that can mitigate that, which is amazing. You'll note I have my frames per second counter up in the top right corner. That's going to come in handy to demonstrate what is going on with this game. So a lot of people have problems with controller problems. I use DS4 Windows because I have a PS4 controller, and previously I had it plugged in via USB cord, and now I'm using Bluetooth dongle. There are many guides on how to set that up, but basically all you have to do is buy a Bluetooth dongle. They're usually like what, $14 or something from Amazon or your local game place. Super easy. If your computer doesn't already have a Bluetooth from its motherboard, you can just buy these USB things. You plug it in, and booyah, you've got USB. Usually you've got a lot of USB ports that you're not using, or at least I do. So it's fairly easy to just plug it in on the back, and you can use USB to connect to your controllers. Now, the way that you do that with a PS4 controller is you press the PS button between the two thumbsticks and the share button at the same time, and you hold it down while it's looking for the controller. Now, for me, when I plug in my my USB, not USB, Bluetooth into the USB. Let's go Bluetooth. Here we go. Bluetooth and other device settings. When you've plugged it in, set it to on, and you'll see I've got that already set up. You click on that, add Bluetooth or other device. You click on this one. I clicked on this one the first time because it said Xbox controllers, etc. And I was like, oh, that's the one you click. No, click on that one for PS4 controllers. And then it'll start searching for your controller. Then while it's searching, just press the PS button and the share button at the same time. Hold it down and it'll start flashing. Once it starts flashing, the light bar on your controller starts flashing. Just wait, and eventually wireless controller will show up on the list of Bluetooth devices that it's searching for, and there you go. You just click on it and it'll pair and install whatever drivers it needs, and there you go, you're connected. Some Steam already has DS4 for Windows kind of built in, so Steam has its own thing. But if you're playing a GOG game, you just download DS4 Windows. I found that using Bluetooth on the controller is way better. Sorry, I'm waffling on. I didn't script this. I will get to the point. Trust me. But basically, what I'm saying, if you can use Bluetooth for the controller, it means that the controls don't go wacky. What I mean by that is when I had it plugged in, the controls for camera, like the thumbstick controls, were going all over the place. I don't know why, but it was doing that after it was running fine previously. So mitigate any problems with connection by just using Bluetooth. There's no slow. Like Bluetooth nowadays is super fast. It doesn't matter if it's wired or not. There's pretty much no noticeable, at least, lag in playing the game. This is from LA by Night. I'm currently obsessed with this show for the last year. I've loved it. They're bringing out a new season finally, and it's free on YouTube. I definitely recommend this show. You'll notice I've gotten a few games now. Alright, so on with what I discovered today, and I'm so happy. This is for people who have Radeon software, which is AMD's brand of graphics cards. I myself... What am I rocking? Home. No, I just want to go home. Show me the way to go home. Okay, settings. Here we go. Hardware details. Powered by AMD. I've got an AMD Radeon RX 5600 XT. It is way... Like, this is a game from 2008. It's super powerful for this game. I will tell you a bit about the settings that you want for the game when running the game. Now, I've reset the settings to what they were before I made this discovery, and hopefully this all works. See, normal day, play. Hopefully this records properly. Settings. Now, settings, 1080p is the best it can do for my screen, because I have a 1080p. I just use my TV as my monitor. Widescreen, VSync. Let's try that on. This is what I had before. First thing I discovered: don't put on any anti-aliasing. In fact, I'll show you what it looks like with anti. Oh, actually, I'll do that last because it might be jaggy. Anyway, but basically, I'll show you what I had the settings as before, and you might be able to notice the horrible frame rate if this works. So yeah, I've set everything to high except anti-aliasing. Turn it off. You don't need it. It makes the graphics look weird. Okay, launch the game. Now, hopefully this records. It's an absolutely beautiful game, reminiscent visually to games like Myst, the point and click adventure game. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, where am I? Okay. Anarchy? Where's the anarchy? Yeah. See this freezing? This horrible. So it. Hopefully it does the whole voice. Oh, they might have fixed it. Oh goodness. Yeah, it kind of freezes. I just pressed the PS button, which brings up, funnily enough, Xbox kind of menu stuff. And now we're going to see what I saw before. So see how the animation's all jaggedy? Frames per second are up to 495. Wow, that's horrible. I don't know if you're seeing what I'm seeing, but yeah. Absolutely horrible. You can not play like this. But it's like, but I'm having so many frames per second. It should look great. It's over 500 now. My goodness. But yeah, basically, the graphics look nice when it's still. But it has a bit of a cel-shaded outline look. But yeah, it's a beautiful game. And it plays really great too. Here's another thing I discovered. I went, alright, I'm gonna press the PS button, and you'll notice the frames are smooth again. Why are the frames smooth? Look up at the frames per second. It's gone down to 24. It's at 24 frames per second. Let's press the button again. Oh, everything's jaggy. Everything's jaggy. Yep. This is horrible. Unplayable. So it's the frames per second. And I'm like, how do I limit the frames per second? So let's exit out of this. Exit game, yep. Yeah. Loading. Quit. Okay. Here's my solution. And I don't know if you've got an NVIDIA graphics card, you might have a similar feature. I don't know. But one of the cool things is you can select a specific game under gaming with this program, Radeon software. Let's click on Prince of Persia. You can tune game performance. I was like, maybe I need to undervolt. I don't know how to make the frames per second less than in the 500s. I don't know. How do I fix it? So what I found is I had Radeon Anti-Lag turned on for basically all my games. Now, this is an old game, and we need it to limit the frames per second. Not to save power, I don't care about that. I just need the frames per second to be limited to 60, at least. So, in fact, 24 actually looked alright. So, let's put 30 as the minimum. Target frame rate when idle, target frame rate during fast action. You know, so alright. So now we've set that, and you'll see a marked difference, and you can launch the game as well, which is lovely logo. Still has an issue with that, which I mitigate just by pressing this button. So loading. And now you'll see everything runs smooth. Actually, I might raise the frames per second, which I can easily do by going Alt R. And now I'm in the settings of this. I'll just bring this back up to 60. Oop. Okay. Obviously the minimum can't be less than or more than the maximum. Oh gosh. Let's just do that. Awesome. Just a second. Yeah. It's just, and now it's running at 60 frames per second. And don't have to worry about any of the Alt-R again. So let's do a little bit. Yeah.
Hey!
Oh no!
Good thing you were
And in
there.
the background, it's running at like 500
Hang on.
something odd frames per second, which is ludicrous. So, yeah, just tell them
Oh,
to
you're
chill out.
heavier than you look.
Is it a little jaggedy? Maybe a little. But
Don't hold so hard.
at least it's not destroying the frame rate. And, yeah. So it's a beautiful game. And now I can actually play it! Because I was so devastated when that frame rate was absolutely tanked. And who knows, maybe this won't solve it. We'll see the really
You don't act like a princess.
How do princesses act?
All the money, none of the sense. Don't know which end of a camel eats and which end.
I know which end of a camel does what.
That's one of the cool things is no matter where you are, you can start just essentially it's great. And it's a game from 2000, so don't expect it'll be fun. But yeah, it's just gonna if you want me to play this someday, that's the workaround. Just need to nice. You guys coming to trouble with it? It's just pumping out too many frames, and the monitor couldn't display them all. Yeah, that's the thing. Too many frames or too few frames. I'm in Top Cat. Welcome. Hope you all found that informative.